The adjust quantity and value on hand function can be found under the vendor drop-down menu under inventory activities. Once selected, this is the window that appears. Inevitably, if you deal with inventory, you will have to make adjustments to either your quantities, value, or both. In this function, you can do all the above. The first choice to make in this window is to select the adjustment type. Again, your choices are to adjust quantity, value, or both. Since quantities usually represent values, most of the time you are probably going to pick both. So we will do so for our example. The next fields to populate are the date of your adjustment, the account you want to use to record the dollar value of your adjustment. This typically is a cost of goods sold type of account, although it can be an other expense or other income type of account if you want, since the adjustment can end up being a plus or minus depending on whether you are increasing or decreasing inventory as a result of your adjustment. You can also put in a reference number, and if this adjustment relates to a customer or job, you can enter that as well. Lastly, if you want to associate this adjustment with a class, you can do that as well. Typically, you are going to make an adjustment based on comparing an inventory count to your records and finding differences. To record these differences to adjust your records to the actual count, you can click on the Find and Select Items button and then check mark any items that have discrepancies. Note the list that is showing will only reflect inventory parts if you have QuickBooks Pro, and will also show inventory assemblies if you have QuickBooks Premier or higher. Once you've checkmarked the items you want, then simply click on the Add Selected Items and they will populate in the body of your window. Now, all you need to do is put in the new quantity based on your actual count. Note you will see your existing quantity already populated, and then the quantity difference and new value will be automatically calculated based on the cost information QuickBooks has tracked based on the ins and outs of inventory you have recorded for each item. Remember that QuickBooks uses a weighted average methodology to cost your inventory. The total value of the adjustment that will be made is then reflected on the bottom of the screen and will be a composite of all the individual adjustments and can net out to a positive, meaning your inventory value will increase, or negative amount, meaning your inventory value will decrease. You can also put in a memo on the bottom, and notice in the bottom left-hand corner there's a little table that will show you information about each item after the adjustment you are going to make, including the new quantity on hand, average cost per item, and total value for the items on hand. Once you are done updating this window, you can select Save and Close or Save and New. Once entered, your inventory records will be updated for both quantity and dollars accordingly.